welcome to the second episode of 50 Movies in 50 Weeks, the Sci-Fi Invasion, where I tackle 50 movies from this Mill Creek Sci-Fi Invasion box set. This is, I'm covering the second movie on the set, which was called The Head from 1959. I kind of loved the opening credits of this movie. It felt like staying up late and watching like those B movies that would come in and like come on in ungodly hours where you're like half awake watching them as a kid. I don't know if everyone else had that experience, but I did, and I loved it. And this is the kind of movie that it reminded me of. The movie is very clearly dubbed, and the original language is in German. And it's very much like a gothic horror with a lot of shadows. It's a very good looking movie for the kind of movie it is. It's a B movie, but it looks good, black and white. And I mentioned this in the previous video, but the last movie I watched, Brain Twisters, I had no idea what was going on for like the first 45 minutes to an hour. It just seemed like a string of events happening. The Head, I have a clear picture of what this movie's about within the first 10 minutes, and that's a positive in my book. This movie has two mad scientists, one of which gets his head decapitated and is kept alive in a sort of stasis thing. He's just a head on a table, and the other mad scientist is running more experiments with head, chopping off people's head and putting them on different bodies. It's similar to the second X-Files movie in a way. They even talk about like the dog transplanting head thing. That was a big deal in that movie. So it's kind of like that, but with a significantly smaller budget and German dubbed in English. Actually, while watching this movie, it visually bears a very similar resemblance to the Brain That Wouldn't Die. That was a phenomenal episode of Mystery Science Theater. And I was thinking this would be a good double feature with The Brain That Wouldn't Die. The Head, The Brain That Wouldn't Die, they have like a marriage to them. Back in the day, I thought about doing like a series of videos where I would discuss two movies that would make good double features. I don't know if anyone would want to watch that kind of video, but I remember thinking I would do one with Alice, Sweet Alice, and Don't Look Now. I thought that would be a good double feature. Sorry, I'm getting off track. But anyways, this would make a good double feature with The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Heck, it would probably make a good triple feature with Reanimator as well. There's a similar theme across the board of heads just sitting in trays and talking. But yeah, it was a pretty fun little movie. I enjoyed it a lot, especially compared to the first movie on this set of 50 movies. It was just good old-fashioned sci-fi horror movie fun. The movie kind of switches gears halfway through because you think you kind of know what the movie is going to be about. It's a mad scientist. But I don't know, maybe halfway through the movie it switches gears and the mad scientist becomes obsessed with this like disabled girl, and he decapitates her head and puts her on the body of a very physically fit woman. And he says what he did was he fixed her disabled, mangled spine and all that. He fixed it, but it's clearly she has a different body. Like she feels alien in her own body, which is an interesting concept for a film. Like I could easily see that working in sort of like a body horror and like an A24 type movie. But it's done interestingly enough here, but it switches gears so drastically in that second half that it no longer becomes about the mad scientist, but about this girl dealing with the fact that she's living in a dead woman's body. And it's some cool, fun stuff. I could definitely see myself watching this one again, which is more than I can say about the last movie, Brain Twisters. But yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it. This would be a recommendation for me if you like black and white B movies, like something along the lines of like The Brain That Wouldn't Die or The Wasp Woman. If you're into that kind of stuff, definitely check this one out. Right off the bat, this is one of the highlights of this set, and I'm only on disc 1. But that's it for now. I'll see you in my next video. I'm Joey Hollywood. Remember, be kind and rewind.